Hi students, very good morning. Today we are going to learn the continuance of the previous lecture. So we have learned with respect to rate determining step, whenever there is a formation of the intermediate. Okay, what we will be doing when the intermediate is appearing in the rate equation. Now, what we shall do when the slowest step is not given. He is not mentioning which is the slowest step. Okay, intermediate is formed. He is not mentioning the slowest step. Then there is an assumption of a new theory that is called as SSA. That is called as steady state approximation. Okay, what does this theory say? This theory says that concentration of the intermediate remains constant. Means the intermediate will be formed within a fraction of seconds. It will be getting converted into the product. Okay, the intermediate is formed very fastly, and that one will not remain for a long time. Within a fraction of seconds, it is getting converted into product. Means in that particular fraction of second, what is the concentration of the intermediate? It is not getting changed. It is constant, right? So this state, even it will be very short time. See, d into concentration of intermediate by dt, it is equal to 0. Means the concentration of the intermediate, whatever that is formed, it will be only for a very small time, and that concentration will not change. It will be remaining constant. So concentration of the intermediate, you will not get the graph in this pattern. You will be getting the graph, it goes here, it remains constant. For our assumption, we have written this much time it has been taken. But generally, even a 0.001 second also, it will not be present. So in that particular time, the rate of the concentration of the intermediate is constant. So what does it say? Intermediate, it appears and disappears very instantaneously. So there will be no change in the concentration of the intermediate. So di by dt, it is taken as 0. This is what the steady state approximation theory says. Now let us do some problem with respect to this one. So 2O3, it is getting converted to 3O2. He has given the mechanism O3 with K1, it is getting converted to O2 plus O. He has not mentioned whether it is fast step or slow step. It is only step 1. Next, O3 plus O with rate constant K2, it is getting converted to 2O2. This is step 2. Question is, find the order of the reaction. Now the question arises. Now what we should take the rate equation? This is the question that arises in our mind, right? What we should take? Generally, if there is any slow step, you will be going for the slow step to write the rate equation. Now you doesn't have any slow step. Now you should go for the main equation. Okay, main equation, what you will be writing? 2O3 gives rise to 3O2. If we go at the starting of the chapter, we have learnt like this. R is equal to minus 1 by 2 dO3 by dt. It is equal to 1 by 3 product side rho dO2 by dt. So let us take individual steps. This is step 1. For step 1, I am writing R1 is equal to K1 into O3 whole power 1. Rate I can write like this for this one. For this rate, so R2 will be equal to K2 into O3 whole power 1, O power 1. Getting this? And this one can be written as one more way. Minus, in this equation, minus 1 by 1 dO3 by dt is equal to plus 1 by 1 dO by dt plus, what you can write? Plus 1 by 1 dO2 by dt. This is also one more condition, how you can write. And this equation also you can write as, how you can write? Minus dO3 by dt you can write, or minus dO by dt is equal to plus 1 by 2 O2 by dO2 by dt. This is the way you can write this equation. Rate 1, R is equal to R1 is equal to K1 into concentration of ozone whole power 1, R to this one. So now you write dO3 by dt. This is the rate. What you will be seeing? dO3 by dt. This is the condition, right? So what it happens? K1, this is the condition. O3 only you are getting, no? Rate is equal to what? dO3 by dt I am doing. Rate is equal to 1 by 2 dO3 by dt. This is okay. To find dO3 by d2, I will be getting the rate of the reaction. So half is common. I want dO3 by dt. So dO3 by dt. But it is present on the reactant side. So I am taking this minus. I am calculating minus dO3 by dt. Okay. It is equal to. So dO3 by dt. You check in both the equations. dO3 by dt. See, minus dO3 by dt. It is equal to K1 O3 whole power 1. So it is K1 O3 whole power 1. See, O3 is also present in this equation. Okay, this is also minus dO3 by dt. So that is equal to K2 O3 whole power 1, O power 1. So O3 is present here. So this one, dO3 by dt is equal to this one. dO3 by dt it is also equal to this one. So what I am doing? I am summing up these two things. This one. So it is K1 O3 whole power 1 plus K2 O3 whole power 1, O power 1. See here O3 is the reactant itself. Nothing problem. O3 is reactant. But here O is there. O is what? This is the intermediate. See, here you are having both the intermediates, oxygen. So you should remove the intermediate now. So now what you should do? Now you should find deoxygen by dt. See, from the equation 1, can you get do by dt? So this equation is also equal to do by dt. So it is equal to K1 O3 whole power 1. Second equation, do by dt. It is equal to K2 O3 O power 1. So this is minus do by dt. But here it is positive. In this case it is positive only. See, this side it is product side. So it is K1 O3. See, this is positive only. In this case, second step, it is in the negative side. This one. This here it is there. So what you will be getting? Minus K2 O3 concentration of this one. So you are having intermediate, right? do by dt. do by dt, that is the intermediate by dt. That is what we have learned here, equal to 0. So this equation should be equal to 0. So what you should do? Now you should find the concentration of O. So if you find the concentration of O, you will be getting K1 O3 by K2 O3. O3 will be cancelled, K1 by K2. So concentration of oxygen, nascent oxygen is equal to K1 by K2. So you replace this K1 by K2 in this equation. Getting here? Because you are having only nascent oxygen here. Right? Now what you are doing is minus dO3 by dt is equal to K1 O3 whole power 1. In place of nascent oxygen, you will be getting K1 by K2. Already K2 is present. K2 into K1 by K2 instead of nascent oxygen into O3. So minus dO3 by dt is equal to 2 into K1 O3 concentration. Why? You are getting K1 O3 whole power 1, K1 O3 whole power 1. So you will be getting 2 K1 O3. But you require rate is equal to minus half dO3 by dt, right? So minus dO3 by dt you have calculated here. So it is half into 2 K1 O3. 2 will be cancelled, K1 O3 whole power 1. So this is the rate of the reaction. So what is the order now? Order is 1. This is the rate equation. You have understood this? You once again go with respect to that and solve that. Okay, one more method is you can find with respect to product also. See, we have taken rate here. So rate is nothing but 1 by 2 dO3 by dt, or it is equal to 1 by 3 dO2 by dt. We have found out with respect to this one. You can find out with respect to this one also. Try once this. Okay. So then you will be writing rate is equal to 1 by 3 dO2 by dt. So from R1 you can write this equation, R2 you can write equation. So dO2, this is present in the first equation as well as the second equation. From first equation you can get K1 O3 power 1. From second equation what you will be get? dO2 by dt means you should send 2 this side. So it becomes 2K2 into concentration of O into O3 whole power 1. Now you require, here intermediate is present, right? Intermediate is present here. You should remove this intermediate. Already you have calculated dO by dt, K1 by K2 in the previous itself. Again if you do, you will get the same. So dO by d2 you will be getting 3, see you substitute this K1 by K2 here. You will be getting 3 K1 O3 whole power 1. But you know that rate is equal to 1 by 3 dO2 by dt. So 1 by 3 dO2 by dt you have calculated here 3 K1 O3, 3 will be cancelled, K1 O3 whole power 1. See, you have got K1 O3 whole power 1. Here also K1 O3 whole power 1. R is equal to 1. Same, if you go with respect to reactant or with respect to product, you will be getting the same answer. Okay. Now let us go with respect to other content, student. This is one of the most important content. If you complete this, generally 99% our chapter will be completed. That is integrated first law. For the first law reaction itself, pressure of the system. Okay. See, generally if A is converted to product, if A is aqueous in condition, you will be mentioning concentration. See, whatever we have learned only with respect to concentration only. Now whatever you learn with respect to gas, if gas is present, it is not represented in the form of concentration. It has been represented in the form of pressure, right? So rate how you will be writing? Rate is equal to K into A whole power n. If it is first order, we are learning for the first order. Okay. Suppose this A, whenever it is getting converted to product, it can go dissociate in many ways. A is getting converted to B plus C, gaseous. A, it may get converted to 2B plus C, gaseous. It is A, it may convert to B plus 2C. It may react in any way. Okay. As we are learning for the first law, we will be going. Suppose if we assume that this is the first order reaction, generally we have only limited to first order, not for the nth order, right? Only for first order only with respect to pressures we are talking. According to first order, K is equal to 2.303 by T log initial concentration by the final concentration. This is the general equation whatever we will be learning. Now let us substitute this equation with respect to pressures. Okay. Now let me assume that A is there. I am taking this equation. You try for these two. Whatever the value you get, you comment that in the comment section. A, it is getting converted to B plus C. All are in the gaseous state itself. Okay. Initially, if I take the pressure at time is equal to 0, I am having only the reactant A. The pressure exerted is P naught. You doesn't have B, so no pressure. You doesn't have C, no pressure. If at some time T, as the time passed, what happens? Some of the A undergoes dissociation, it gets converted into B as well as C. So if I assume that X has been dissociated, here how much? Here 1 mole, no, 1x. Here 1 mole of B, so it is 1x. Here 1 mole of C, so it is 1x. If I assume that T infinity means at very long time A is going on disintegrating, and finally I will be left out with no concentration of A, means it is zero concentration of A. Then what happens to B? Initially I have taken P naught, right? So this one formation is P naught, this one is P naught. Okay. So now first I am talking with respect to these two. If I talk here, P total at time T, the total pressure exerted by the gases is pressure exerted by A, pressure exerted by B, pressure exerted by C. 3 gases are there, no? Some amount of A has been converted into product, but some is remaining. Some amount of A, that pressure exerted by A, pressure exerted by B, as well as pressure exerted by C. So if I calculate the total pressure at time T, so the total pressure at time T, it is nothing but P naught minus X plus X plus X. So this will be equal to P total at time T is equal to P total is equal to, this is total, not time T. This is P total at time T. So P naught plus X and X value will be equal to P naught minus PT. Okay. This is paper pressure at 0 time minus total pressure at time T. So the relation now I am taking is P naught and PT. This T, small t, what does it indicating? This small t is indicating pressure of A at that moment. Okay. At some point of time. Already I have mentioned here. Clear? So PT is the pressure of the container including the product and reactant. PT is nothing but the pressure of the container. At PT is nothing but entire container. The 3 gases are exerting pressure. That is the P total pressure. This is at time T. So now K is equal to 2.303 by log initial concentration. Initial pressure is how much? P naught by at time T. At time T, what is the pressure exerted by A? P naught minus X. See, I am taking only the X. Initial pressure by pressure exerted by A at time T. At particular point of time T, what is the pressure exerted by A? This is this one. So P naught by P naught minus X. So what is the value of X? Already I have calculated here. So replace here. What will be getting? X will be equal to PT minus P naught. Sorry, this is PT minus P naught. So you will be getting PT minus P naught. So minus PT plus P naught. So you will be getting 2 P naught minus PT. See, what is PT? This one. This is the total pressure in the container at after time T. What is PT? What is this PT? This is the pressure of A in the container at a time T. Okay, so this is P naught minus P naught by P naught minus X. Replace X value with PT minus P naught. You will be getting this equation. This is the way to solve. Suppose if initial pressure is not mentioned, what my condition is? This condition. A is getting converted to B plus C. If P naught is not given, so he has not mentioned what is P naught. What is the initial P naught? He has not given. He has not mentioned. At time T, he is telling P naught minus X. This is X and X. At T infinity, it is P naught, P naught. Okay. What happens to P infinity? At P infinity is nothing but P naught plus P naught. So partial pressure at infinity time is nothing but these two, the pressure exerted. So it will be equal to 2 P naught. What is P naught now? P naught is equal to P infinity by 2. So instead of mentioning P naught, he has mentioned P infinity. If P infinity is mentioned, from this condition you can get by 2 if you do. This is 1 P naught, this is 1 P naught, right? If it is 2B and 2C, you will be getting, if it is 2B and 3C, you will be getting 2 P naught. If it is 3C, you will be getting 3 P naught. So 2 P naught plus 3 P naught you will be getting, means you will be getting P infinity by 5. Here you are having 1 mole, right? So you are getting this one. So in P infinity, what you will be getting? P naught is equal to P infinity by 2. Now what is P total? P total is nothing but, already we have solved in the previous example itself. P naught minus X plus X plus X. So you will be getting P naught plus X. X will be equal to PT minus P naught. X will be equal to PT minus P naught is nothing but P infinity by 2. You have got this one. Okay, P infinity by 2. This is the value of the X. Now what is the K value? K is equal to 2.303 by T log initial concentration by time. At the time T you are having the pressure exerted by A. Okay. But you don't know the P naught value. He has not mentioned the P initial value. So what you will be taking? P naught is nothing but P infinity by 2. He has mentioned infinity pressure. So it is P infinity by 2. Here P naught is equal to P infinity by 2 minus X value. X value is Pt minus P infinity by 2. So if you solve this, you will be getting K is equal to 2.303 by T log P infinity by 2 into P infinity minus Pt. This is the value of the K for the first order you will be getting when the initial P naught has not been mentioned. Okay students, I hope that you have understood this. Okay, then you take the equation. So two reactions have been remained here, right? So you calculate for this. A gives rise to 2B plus C. I want the rate constant like this. Okay, what happens? If you take it is P naught, this is 0, 0. If you take P naught minus X, for this one will be equal to 2X. This one will be equal to X. Okay, you find out this one K, like this K, as well as P infinity when P naught was not given for these two equations, right? Hope that you have understood this content, and you comment this section in the comment section box. Okay students, this is for today. Have a nice day. Prepare well for the exams. By this, the chemical kinetics has been completed. And remember the students, this collision theory as well as parallel reactions have been removed from your syllabus due to COVID-19. So these are not included. If they are present, we'll be dealing directly lively in the classes itself. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting the other chapter that is called as electrochemistry. This is what we have with respect to chemical kinetics. Okay, again I am repeating parallel reactions. Generally, it is the syllabus present in our syllabus, but the government has removed this syllabus due to COVID-19, due to time lag for us. From the syllabus, they have been removed. For JEE also, they will not be present. Whenever our direct interaction in the class starts, then we will be dealing with parallel reactions also. As it is out of syllabus, I am not going to deal. Basically, I have written the notes for them also. See, these are the parallel reactions. Something you will be getting like this. Parallel reactions you will be getting in this pattern: effective activation energy, effective something. But this is out of syllabus for us. This has been completed. Have a nice day. From tomorrow onwards, we will be starting with a new chapter, electrochemistry. Have a nice day. Bye bye.